store and see how many people from Lubec are there. I feel in reverse, it's kind of like a discrimination. You don't want it, so I can't have it. So I'm asking you, stay open-minded. If they come, they come. And if it's a success, we have jobs, we have tax revenue. If it's not a success, okay, they lost money, we didn't. And I thank you, and I apologize, I didn't mean to stop.
Thank you for your comment, Barbara. I see another hand. Please stand up.
I'm
Thank
Virginia
you.
McCaslin. Many years ago, I asked a gentleman here that was very elderly, whatever happened to all of the businesses that used to be downtown? And his reply to me was, it was the automobile. Once people could travel out of this town, that was the end of businesses. And one by one, they closed up. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other comment?
You know what draws a crowd? There's a crowd. If that comes in, more will come in.
Thank you. Any comments from the board? Oh, I'm sorry. Have I missed?
Hi, my name is Debbie Pasunik. I was on the comprehensive planning committee as well. At that time, I was told when we addressed parking and the different issues of that sort, parking specifically, I was told point blank to my face, in my eyes, there's no tourism in Lubec. I was shut down. Well, you know what? There is tourism in Lubec, and we do need parking issues. So what was taking place at the time that the comprehensive plan was being developed and what's happening today is very different. At the time, the planning committee was unwilling to look that this was not next year or next week. This was 15 years out. And all they could view was what's going to happen next season. So though the comprehensive plan has a lot of very solid things, it does not have vision.
Thank you. I think Sarah had her hand up.
My first comment was going to be that, to state that we didn't say that in our comprehensive plan, so we can't touch the issue is absurd to me. Things change daily, and you need to be ready to address those issues. And for us to shut down people and not listen and to say it's not in the comprehensive plan is not right.
I'm going to answer that because I think it's directed to me. I was not saying that. What I said was the comprehensive plan was passed. Is the comprehensive plan a static document? No, it is not. It should be changed. It should be reviewed periodically. I was not trying to say that I wanted this to turn into Sturbridge Village, that we were never going to change anything here. The comprehensive plan is a living document and would be changed, should be changed periodically. Thank you.
I'm not finished.
Oh.
Go ahead.
With that, clearly our community is changing, and this is the first time a quote-unquote big box store is coming in. It was mentioned that the Millbridge store doesn't look that bad, the Eastport store doesn't look that bad. If you've taken a look at those two stores, they're very different. Millbridge didn't really have much say. They wanted it to come in, and it came in, and they built the building the way that the Family Dollar wanted to build it. Eastport, on the other hand, has a vision for their community, and it may seem a little, I don't know, they wanted to take a look at what the outside of the building and how it fit in the community is, and they changed it, so it fit a little better. I do not want to see anything come in without input. And to see from the community, they are here more than ever before to say that they want to know what's going on. I have a question for Jim, if that's okay.
Sure.
Is there a building permit?
Yes,
Okay, I think if people
there's a
have
notice of
questions.
intent to build, they have a design, and, we don't
Like to
have
see
a,
everything.
you know, it's, we may find a way to influence their design, but, you know,
We may find, no, I say we do. We
but
influence.
how, Sarah, how do you
How
do
you
that?
have a conversation. They're coming into our community. Let's invite them here
Okay.
and hear what they see.
Well,
They don't know about our community.
let
Let's.
me
Open
know
that
more than you-
door.
They may know more than you think.
Well, we don't know that because we
Okay.
haven't had an open dialogue.
Sarah, let me respond to you, okay? They have a standard design, like any systematized, franchised corporation. I'm sure they have some ideas and some leeway in their exterior facade. If the board wanted to nominate somebody to speak with them about that, but, and if you wanted to put a committee together of citizens to figure out, you know, perhaps some exterior facade stuff that might
It's more
fit
than
in.
that.
Huh?
It's more than just the
No,
exterior.
it's exterior
entrances.
facade, it's what you see when you come into town.
And then it says entrance.
Okay.
It's so much more than just having the dollar store come to town tomorrow.
Yeah, but that would have to be an ad hoc thing, there's no
Okay,
ordinances.
we've got to wrap this up, it's getting late.
There's no standards for exterior, you know, buildings in this town. It's an eclectic mix of structures spread over time. It is what it is.
I like
There's
that.
no centralized theme of the architectures in Lubec. They run everything from tar paper shacks to high-end mansions. And, you know,
Madam Chair,
Pretty much
one
it.
of the things that I must say is with Ananovsky's store, she had a big store on Front Street in Osborne, all glass. Sometimes the mannequins were naked, sometimes they were dressed. But right next door that she had a Quonset hut. Now, a Quonset hut's a pretty ugly thing, isn't it, when you look at a Quonset hut?
It's rustic,
But
yes.
she put great big wide boards on it, made a giant lobster trap out of it, and everybody that ever come into Lubec went into the lobster trap. It was a chance that people could express themselves, kind of artsy like, you know, like when you go in town, the fish on the walls,
Sure.
you know, the squid and everything that we have here. That when we drive down through Front Street, nobody says anything but, hey, where'd the squid come from? That kind of thing. It is a great thing that people can express themselves, or companies, corporations, when they come in, and let them do within the compounds of the law.
I would like to say something,
Okay.
just one more comment that
All
kind of dovetails into this, all
Go
right?
ahead.
I do assessing for the town. One of the rules of assessing, and I think it applies here, is that you have to treat everybody the same. You cannot cherry pick and pick and choose amongst actors, taxpayers, people who want to build buildings, you know, in an irregular manner. You can't, unless you have something written in a comprehensive plan that sets zones, and you have planned unit developments, and you have specific architectural standards, you can't just pull this stuff out of thin
You
air.
can. Eastport just did it.
Okay, Jim,
Okay.
I'm gonna let John have the last word and we're gonna wrap this up.
Well, one item I wanted to ask Jim was, one, how many building notifications do you get in the run of a year? And, I mean, are we gonna have an ordinance that we have a public hearing and a town meeting on each one?
Well, you know, probably 30, you know, that I'll get this year, or somewhere in that range.
I mean, you know, do we go in and do we tell them, you know, what
No.
is your entrance gonna
No, I
look
do not
like? What is
discuss-
your windows
I-
gonna look
I
like?
asked him for a footprint and is it gonna be a 1.5 story, 2-story cape, whatever, style, ranch, whatever, but as far as dictating to them, or me trying to persuade them to put on aluminum siding versus cedar shake shingle, no, I
So
don't,
we've treated this building notification like we've treated every other one.
absolutely.
Okay.
All right, thank you. We have gone over 20 minutes. Bob, I keep seeing your hand. We're gonna let you be the very last.
Thank you. First of all, there seems to be some confusion.